All right, go on.
So, ladies and gentlemen, now it's our pleasure to introduce to you the President and the CEO of the Atlantic Council. In the past 5 years, he's presided over a period of enormous growth and accomplishment. From a successful career at the Wall Street Journal, where he was a prize-winning correspondent, columnist, and editor, and now to where he's the author of 4 books. In fact, Mika predicted last year that Fred's book was going to be a bestseller immediately, and as usual, Mika was right.
As usual, I was 100% correct. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Atlantic Council President, CEO, and national best-selling author, Fred Kempe.
Thanks, Mika and Joe. The check's in the mail. This is the 4th year Joe and Mika have done this, and it's because you in the audience demand it. In fact, let me read an email I received from one Atlantic Council International Advisory Board member when I announced that this year that perhaps they would not be MCs. Quote, "Dear Fred, could you please cede all of your time to Mika this year? Don't worry about Joe," unquote. Signed, Dr. Zbigniew Brzezinski. Seriously, TV doesn't offer a lot of bipartisan, smart, must-watch programs of your sort, Mika and Joe. You really are doing us a service, and it's a great match for the bipartisan, compelling work we try to do in the national, transatlantic, and global interest. We have a great lineup for you this evening, and truly global. What do you get when you take a British royal soldier and philanthropist, a Dutch business visionary, a German violin virtuoso, and a South Korean global leader? You get the Atlantic Council's 2012 awards dinner. We're also here this evening to recognize the 1.5 million active men and women of the U.S. Armed Forces for their sacrifices, dedication, and service. We have about 4 dozen enlisted men and women joining us this evening. I won't name them all, but sitting amongst us, among the others, we have the Coast Guards, and if you hold your applause, but I would like them to stand, the Coast Guard's 2010 Enlisted Person of the Year for the National Capital Region, Petty Officer Dean Johnston, the Air Force's Wing Airman of the Year, Technical Sergeant Stacy Settles, the Marine Corps' 2011 Joint Staff Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year, Sergeant Jessica Davila, all 6 members of the United States Navy Ceremonial Guard Drill Team, and 5 members of the Army's 3rd Infantry Regiment Ceremonial Guard based at Arlington Cemetery, and the senior military fellows of the Atlantic Council. All enlisted men and women who are in the audience, please rise now and be recognized. I thank Senator Hagel for saluting our brilliant, dedicated Atlantic Council program directors and staff, senior fellows and interns for a remarkable year's performance. But I would ask them all to please stand because you're the ones who do the work. You're the best team in Washington at what you do. Thank you so much for your work. Last year, and this is just a year's time, the Council launched the Rafi Hariri Center for the Middle East, which already has a leading voice on the historic upheaval sweeping the Middle East and North Africa. surely one of the greatest strategic challenges facing the transatlantic community today. And I do want to salute the founder of that center, who is in our audience tonight, Baha Hariri. Please stand. Thank you. Last December, the Council honored our International Advisory Board Chairman, General Brent Scowcroft, for his unparalleled life of leadership and achievement at a dinner to raise support for the Council's new Brent Scowcroft Center on International Security. It's a significant enlargement in size and ambition of our existing international security program. Our campaign is still underway, and we're more than halfway to our 25 million goal. We'll officially launch the center this autumn. I would like to ask the following to stand as I name them. Scowcroft Center Designated Chair General Jim Jones and his Vice Chairs Ellen Tauscher and George Lund. You should be standing because these people are here to take your checks. In less than 2 weeks' time, the Council's Young Atlanticist program will host a Young Leaders Summit on the sidelines of the NATO Summit in Chicago and announce the launch of an emerging leadership network housed within the new Scowcroft Center. That's one thing Brent Scowcroft is known for, is mentoring the next generation of leadership, so we're going to do it as well. This is all part of the Council's goal of building networks among the next generation from around the world to ensure the enduring nature of the transatlantic alliance and its global friends. And Prince Harry, you have inspired us by your Prince William and Harry Foundation, and we will also expand our work on veteran affairs as well, because that is a national security issue. Finally, the Council is looking beyond the NATO summit to these fall's presidential elections. In your gift bag, you'll find one of the Council's flagship reports, just released, The Task Ahead, which features memos for the next president from some of the most illustrious names in foreign policy. Many here tonight. Hats off to project co-chairs Bruce Mosler, Atlantic Council Board Director, and Harlan Ullman, Atlantic Council Senior Advisor. This is just a taste of the extraordinary accomplishments over the last year, and none of it would be possible without your support and the involvement of our board members, international advisory members, and individual members. Thank you very much.